If you're trying to lose weight but you aren't seeing results, it could be that you're focusing too much on what you eat, and instead you should be focusing on how you eat. So stay tuned, because in today's video I'm going to show you why how you eat matters even more than what you eat, and how you can lose weight and keep it off for good with simple mindful eating strategies that really work. Hey everybody, Erin here with Healthy Mom Happy Family, and today I want to talk to you about mindful eating. Have you heard of it? Mindful eating is the practice of being fully attentive and aware when you're eating. It means involving all your senses, like how the food looks, what it smells like, its texture, its taste, so that you're fully present when you're eating. And what this does, it allows you to be in tune with your body, to understand your true hunger and satiety cues, and you feel completely satisfied with what you eat. When you do this, you often feel satisfied with smaller portions. You build a better relationship with food, and you start to notice that those food cravings disappear. Did you know that people who practice mindful eating regularly not only lose weight, but they keep it off? In addition, they have an improved relationship with food because they're no longer struggling with the idea of food rules and restrictions. And instead, they're learning how to listen to their body so that they can eat any food and manage their portions. So are you ready to get started? Then let's start now. Here's my 5-step plan to help you eat more mindfully. Step number 1 is you have to put your food on a plate. When you put your food on a plate, it forces you to sit down and be fully present and aware of what you're actually eating, versus just taking a bite and eating something on the run. Then I also want you to make sure, step number 2, you sit down when you eat. Don't stand up and eat, don't run around when you eat. Force yourself to sit down and eat your food off that plate. Step number 3 is I want you to eliminate all of the distractions around you. Now, don't try to eat with your cell phone there and the TV on and your computer in front of you. All of those distractions are pulling your senses and they're pulling your attention away from the food at hand. You're not going to eat mindfully if you're focusing on all of these other distractions. What you need to do is you need to be focusing on exactly what's in front of you, the food. So remove all the distractions, get rid of the noise, sit down on your bottom, put your food on a plate, and focus on what you're eating. And then you can worry about those distractions later on. Now, step number 4 is I want you to put your fork down in between bites. It sounds silly, right? But it really works. Just the idea of when you're eating fast, think about how you normally eat. You have the next bite ready to go. You're chewing one bite and you have the fork ready, the food's on it, it's ready to go. You're eating too fast. You can't really be fully present and aware of how the food tastes and the texture and the smell when you're shoveling it in. So by simply just putting your fork down in between bites, it forces you to eat more slowly and to be more mindful. And step number 5 is I want you to chew each bite of food at least 10 times. Now, I know that can be a little hard to do if you're a fast eater, but when you force yourself to chew slowly, it really helps to slow down how quickly you eat, and you become more aware of the taste and the texture of the food. You get in tune with how it makes you feel. And when you eat more slowly, you're chewing each bite 10 times, you're swallowing it, you're putting the fork down in between bites, you tend to notice when you're starting to feel satisfied, versus when we eat too fast and we don't listen to our body cues. We eat so quickly just because we're eating with our eyes and we're eating the food that's in front of us, we tend to eat to that point of being stuffed. So when you make sure to chew each bite slowly, you're putting your fork down in between bites, you can be more in tune with your body cues. So it sounds pretty simple, right? It is, but it takes practice. It's easy to forget and find yourself rushing through a meal or eating while you're walking around the house. But the more you practice these steps, the more mindful you will become. And the results are really going to amaze you. When you start eating more mindfully, you'll notice when you just start to become hungry, and you'll start to notice when you feel satisfied, instead of waiting till you're ravenous and eating so fast that you feel stuffed at the end. You'll also start to notice that your cravings disappear. You'll have an improved relationship with the food. You'll realize that unhealthy foods, they don't seem like a big deal anymore. You're not actually craving them and wanting to eat them because they're no longer off limits. And when you do eat them, you feel satisfied with smaller portions and you don't crave more because you're truly eating the food and feeling satisfied when you're paying attention to it. So are you ready to start eating more mindfully? Leave a comment below and let me know, what mindful eating habits have you started to implement? And are you noticing any difference? Let me know. And if you liked today's video, make sure to subscribe so you never miss a new video. Thanks so much for joining me.